you were called. Not many of you were wise by human standards. Not many were influential. Not many were of noble birth. But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. He chose the lowly things of this world and the despised things and the things that are not to nullify the things that are, so that no one may boast before him. It is because of him that you were in Christ Jesus, who has become for us wisdom from God. That is our righteousness, holiness, and redemption. Therefore, as it is written, let him who boasts boast in the Lord. Stand and sing with us our songs of praise.
Good morning. How are you?
Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Oh Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Oh Lord, we praise your name. Oh Lord, we magnify you.
first scripture this morning comes from Galatians chapter 6, starting at verse 12. Those who want to make a good impression outwardly are trying to compel you to be circumcised. The only reason they do this is to avoid being persecuted for the cross of Christ. Not even those who are circumcised obey the law. Yet they want you to be circumcised, that they may boast about your flesh. May I never boast except in the cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, through which the world has been crucified to me, and I to the world. Neither circumcision nor uncircumcision means anything. What counts is a new creation. Peace and mercy to all who follow this rule, even to the Israel of God. Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, we come to you this beautiful Sunday morning. We thank you for this day. We thank you for the Sabbath, which you have given to us, to set aside as a day of rest from our daily activities and an opportunity to come and worship you. We thank you, Lord, for the freedom to do that in this country. We thank you also for bringing us here to worship you. We ask that you will be with us as we worship you this day. Also be with those that could not be here with us. Send them a measure of your grace as well. We ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. Our second reading comes from the second chapter of Ephesians, starting at verse 8. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this not from yourselves, it is a gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. For we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Let's pray again. Heavenly Father, we come to you again. As we prepare to open up your word, we ask that you will clear our minds and open our hearts to receive it. And we will hear the words that you have placed upon Steve's heart to give to us, that they may dwell in us and we may live them out as we leave this place and begin a new week tomorrow. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Stand and sing our next song, hymn number 42, Praise My Soul, King of Heaven.
playing a pickup volleyball game out in the yard, where you set up your own net and it's not even all the way because it's, kind of going back and forth. It's a little dip in the middle, and you argue because you don't know really where the inbound line and the outbound line and all that kind of stuff, and you try to put the guys that really want to spike people really hard on the front line, and then you try to put the people that really are there for the fun but don't want to get hit standing in back like this. And we were having a good time, and it was fun, and we had played a couple hours, and we decided it was going to be the last game, and nobody really cared. We were just having fun, spending time together, and we got to the end, and one team won, and the other team lost, and of course, the one team that won, they're high-fiving each other, and the other team, you know how it is. Well, it's only a game, it's not a big deal, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, a lady standing on the sideline looks at the losing team and begins clapping real loud. Good job, good job. And we're all kind of going, she says, we're all winners. And her husband just busted out laughing, because she was so afraid that their feelings were going to get hurt that she was celebrating losing, right? We kind of live in that age where everybody gets a participation ribbon. We try to celebrate all sorts of things. If you've ever filled out a resume, you try to celebrate and put all the good points of your life so you'll get the job, or at least they won't think bad of you. I don't know of anybody that puts on their resume, please call this guy who fired me because he hates my guts, right? We have a different way of looking at life sometimes. We celebrate all sorts of stuff. The baby's first step, even if it's really not a step, it's a big deal, right? We're all cheering, and the baby's going, I just fell and smashed my nose, and what's the deal, right? And we celebrate sometimes after an election, and sometimes we're really proud when our football team wins, and if they don't win, we hurry and take off our jersey so nobody will know we're on the same team, right? We celebrate all sorts of stuff, and we process the things that make us happy. We look around us, and there are some things, maybe you've worked on a project for a long time, or maybe you've been working on your truck, and you just can't get that one thing, and you smashed your fingers 50 times, and you finally get it done, and probably there's some, oh yeah, I finally got it done, and it starts, right? We celebrate a lot of stuff. So it's odd to me that in the middle of the book of Jeremiah, there's celebration, because Jeremiah is the weeping prophet. Jeremiah wrote the prophecy, wrote his book, tells his life story. God calls him and says, I need you to talk to my people. They're not going to listen to you, but you still need to talk. Well, that's not very good for your ego. And then he writes the whole book of Lamentations, where he is crying and weeping, God, please help me figure this out. And looking at the nation around him, who on purpose followed other gods, had other idols, and then blamed Yahweh for their problems. We're your children. You ought to take care of us. You ought to give us the perks. And so often in the book of Jeremiah, God begins to point out to the people, here's what you're doing, here's who I am. They're not matching. What are we going to do about this? Jeremiah chapter 9, we find sorrow, and the beginning of the chapter we find Jeremiah talking about the professional mourners, the people that they would hire to come in and cry very loudly at funerals. They would wail and make a whole bunch of noise so people would properly feel sorrowful for something they lost. Jeremiah chapter 9 is lament and complaint, and the people of Israel saying, I did it my way. And then chapter 10 of Jeremiah, God speaks and says, here I am. Here's the idols you were following. Do you want a sharp contrast here? Here's my promises. Here's my nature. And here's the things that you're chasing. And you're still complaining about me. But in the middle of that, all of a sudden, couple verses, chapter 9, verses 23 and 24, all of a sudden, it seems like there's a short window of hope. It seems like somebody pulled back the curtains and God's saying, I'm going to correct you, but do you want to know the stuff that really matters? Do you want to know the stuff you should celebrate? You're celebrating all this other stuff and it's really not working for you. You're following other gods because you think you can manipulate them, and you can't manipulate me. But take a moment. Do you want to have joy? Do you want to have a celebration? Do you want to have that breath of fresh air? What about this? And Jeremiah writes these words. Thus says the Lord, let not a wise man boast of his wisdom, how much he knows, how smart he is. Let not the mighty man boast of his might, how strong, how he can make things happen. Let not the rich man boast of his riches. I've got so much stuff that I can hedge my bets. But let him who boasts boast of this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord who exercises loving kindness, justice, and righteousness on earth. For I delight in these things, declares the Lord. And then the story switches. God says, here's who I am. Here's what you're following. There's some things that we should celebrate. Too often we celebrate the peripheral things, the temporary things. And in the midst of all this chaos, God reminds his people, do you want to celebrate? Do you want to have a breath of fresh air? Do you want to know that God is smiling on you? Here's the things to pay attention to and celebrate. Do you know God knows you? He's our creator. We talk, we get together, and about the first conversation we have is, well, the weather's going to change. Well, yeah. And we have to adjust to that. Do you know that God spoke it into existence? When now the sun is going to be maybe up a little bit in the morning, and the sun comes up and it looks like, oh, it's daytime. God created that. He says we are fearfully and wonderfully made. David says that. God, the God of the universe, designed us, put all of our nerve synapses together, gave us personalities, gave us pieces of life. Scripture says that if we follow God, he will direct our paths. Scripture tells us that God pursues us, but he also goes before us. Scripture says, if you call to me, I will answer you and show you great and mighty things that you don't know. That's the God who invites us to come to know him. And Jeremiah says, let us boast of this, that we know and understand God. Some of you will remember the movie of 6 Degrees of Separation, right? Have you ever tried that? Find somebody famous and say, okay, I know this person and I know that person, and they know that person and they know that person, so how close? Have you ever tried that? By the way, I started kind of doing an inventory of some famous people in our world, and I figured I am 2 people away from being friends with George W. Bush, okay? As a kid, I was 2 people away from a Major League Baseball player. In fact, my friend and I, who was going to introduce me to him, we actually stood on this guy's porch, but the guy wasn't home, so that was kind of a bummer. I went to school with a couple of guys whose families are now professional singers. That's kind of cool. Have you ever figured out how close you are to knowing? But there's only one God, and the God who is our creator, who made us, who directs us, who gives us all these promises, who invites us in, says, I know you. Do you want to know me? Solomon, the guy who had everything, Proverbs 1:7 says, the fear or the reverence of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. You want to know God? Reverence and worship him. On the other side of it, we have Job, who lost everything, and in the middle of losing everything, he says, the fear of the Lord and shunning evil helps me to understand God. To know is a personal thing. It's not just a head thing. To know, in biblical words, is often a weight of experience. We look at 1 Samuel, young kid Samuel in a temple. His parents, his mom had said, I wanted you so badly. I prayed so desperately. Now I'm going to give you to God. So here's this little 4 or 5 or 6-year-old boy in the temple. Eli, the priest, is there. Middle of the night, all of a sudden Samuel begins hearing voices. He thinks it's Eli. Okay, he's been around all this God stuff. He's been in the temple. He knows all the form and function. He knows the way the routine and ritual ought to be. And he knew about God, but he hadn't experienced God. And Eli, when he finally realized what was happening, said, just lay there and say, speak, Lord, for your servant hears. Do we know God that way? We know a lot about God. We have all sorts of information and all sorts of opinions about who God is like. But have we experienced that relationship? Because the word understand is about relationship. Some of you this morning will understand what it is to understand. Because when you observe other people, say you observe a married couple, and they're in a situation, they're in a conversation, and he's ready to go and she's not, and they don't have to say anything to each other. There's the look, right? Your kid starts crying in a crowded room, and if it's some other kid, whatever, but you know your child. There's some things that we understand, and God invites us to know Him and understand Him beyond just, here's the ritual and form and here's words we can read. Do we celebrate that? Every day, do we get up and we say, I am so thankful that I don't have to go through all this stuff for God to like me? He's redeemed me. Can I celebrate that? So we celebrate that we understand and know God. And we celebrate, God says, that I am the Lord. I am. Goes back to Moses. Moses said, God, who are you? How am I supposed to explain this? I am. The word, I am the Lord, the word Yahweh, was so precious and so important that when scrolls were written, they were written from each end, because if we put the word Yahweh in the middle, it was so hallowed and sacred that we didn't want it squished on either end. So sometimes in the ancient scrolls, there would be a big gap, and it would seem like somebody didn't space this out, but the scribe was wanting to make sure that the name was that important. In fact, it was so special that when the 10 Commandments were spoken, the commandment, don't take the name of the Lord your God in vain, was beyond verbal. Sometimes we read that and we say, okay, don't cuss or don't say stuff bad about God or don't blaspheme His name. But the word there is actually, don't carry the name of the Lord in vain. The Israelites understood that they represented Yahweh. And so to carry His name meant not just words, but how we lived. We can celebrate that God is beyond just words. We can celebrate that He entrusts us to represent Him. He is the Alpha and the Omega. Today, some of us really, this time change things really messes things up, right? All of our rhythm gets messed up. Do you find it interesting that the Alpha and the Omega, the God of the universe, created time, even though He is not blocked by time, and because we think time needs some adjustment, we go about falling back and springing forward, right? Makes me scratch my head sometimes. The God who is the only begotten Son, who is our Redeemer, That's who God is. It says he is the rewarder of those who diligently seek him. He invites us not only to know and understand him, but understand who he is, his interaction, faithfulness. He is our provider. Chapter 10 of Jeremiah, there's a contrast with idols. Here's the stuff you made up, people. Here's how harsh and manipulative they are. If you're going to make up a god, can't you make up a god that's nice? Nope, they made wood and stone gods that they thought they could manipulate, but then they got really scared, and so they would do horrendous things like sacrifice their own children, hoping that the God that they had just made would give them a better crop. I could be wrong, but those of you who are farmers, I don't think you've tried that lately. And if you've tried that lately, we've got serious issues, right? Can you imagine a God that would require that? And God invites us to know him. Elijah against the prophet of Baal, Elijah standing there all by himself, 400 prophets of Baal, trying to convince their God that they had made up to bring fire down on their altar. And Elijah starts poking them a little bit. Well, wait a minute, maybe you ought to scream a little louder because maybe he's asleep. Or maybe you're not making enough noise. Maybe he's in the bathroom with his iPhone checking Facebook and ESPN. Maybe that's where your God's at. It's amazing the things that we make up to try to manipulate and then desperately try to figure out how to manipulate it so God will like us. But He is holy, the sacred God who gives us a soul, gives us an invitation. We should celebrate that we know and understand God. We should celebrate the nature of God. But Jeremiah goes beyond that God is, and here's what God does. He says, he shows loving kindness, justice, and righteousness. We know each other by reputation and can they keep their promises. We do business deals and we have to look at the fine print and we decide, can I trust this person or can I trust this business? Can what they say, does it follow through in what they do? Are they reputable? This person I'm asking about whatever, when they say they're going to do something, do I trust them or do I hedge my bets? Or is the nature of God, how does that carry through? God exercises loving kindness, justice, and righteousness. If we read the beginning part of Jeremiah chapter 9, God talks to the Israelites, verses 3 through 9, about their sin, their choices. They did it their way. Verses 11 through 15, he talks about the siege that's coming, and I will be a God of justice, and this is how it's going to play out when you reject me. 17 through 22 talks about the sorrow and the consequences of rejecting and not paying attention to who God is and what he does, because they wanted to do it their way. By the way, we still do that stuff. We make a lot of excuses for not following God. Well, he'll understand, or, I really don't need to do this because God likes me anyway, and his grace is abundant, and I'm really thankful for his abundant grace. But here's a God of loving kindness, justice, and righteousness. Loving kindness, the word hesed, is a covenant promise with Israel. Here's the nature of who I am, and I will keep reaching out to the people I promised I would love. I'm a God of justice. He puts all things right. Again, we go messing with God's law and principle and things get messed up. I find it deeply troubling and sad that this nation is having a huge argument once again about abortion. But if you go steal a sea turtle egg, you're probably going to get fined and go to jail. Isn't because we want to do things our way, isn't that crazy that we get things upside down? God has promised to expose and correct all. We look at the end of Scripture and it says, everything we do will be exposed. Well, aren't you glad that God doesn't use our technology right now and put all of our stuff up on the wall for everybody else to see? God is a God of justice, and the things that we think are broken right now and they're just wrong, the things that we wish God would fix, He will. And the things we hope He ignores about us, He won't. Because He is also a righteous God. He is holy. He is a perfecter of our faith. Here's the wow part of righteousness. 2 Corinthians 5:21 says, Jesus, who was without sin, became sin so that we might become righteousness in Him. Romans 5:17 says, He has given us a gift of righteousness. Not something we can earn, not something we say, God, here's my list of do's and don'ts, and I've done a good job here, so you like me. God adopts us into His family, and not only does He adopt us into His family, but He makes us heirs of everything that He possesses. All of the resources of heaven are at our disposal to follow God. Earthly parents can do that. Earthly parents can adopt and put their adopted child in their will. But there's something that earthly parents can't do that God does. God changes our spiritual DNA. It doesn't matter how hard we try. An adopted child will never have the DNA of their adopted parents. But God does. God does, because of His nature. He brings us in and He puts Himself on us and He changes us. Jesus says it's going from death to life, from darkness to life. Scripture says we are a new creation. That's something only God can do. Do we celebrate that? Maybe we're so used to our walk with God that we forget the awe and the wonder of what God has done in our life. Do you remember what you were and what God has done? Those are things we ought to celebrate. But Jeremiah doesn't stop there. So we ought to celebrate that God understands and knows me, and that I understand and know God. We ought to celebrate the nature of God. We ought to celebrate that God exercises, lives out His nature, and He, in loving kindness, He is always pulling us to Himself, always trying to walk with us, always trying to get us to live in a way that is healthy, that He will make all things right, that the God of righteousness gives us His righteousness. For I delight in these things, says the Lord. You ever think of Scripture and the things that Scripture says God delights in? Psalm 104:31 says He delights in His creation. Psalm 147 verse 11, He delights in those who reverence or trust and put their hope in Him. Put your hope in God. Trust in Him. Say, here's my life. I can't run it anymore. That delights God. Proverbs 12:22, God delights in those who tell the truth. Matthew 3:17 said God the Father delighted in Jesus His Son. One of the parables, Luke chapter 15, reminds us that heaven celebrates and throws a party when one sinner comes to know God. Do we want a heavenly celebration? Or just do we pray that God feathers our nest so bad things won't happen to us? It's interesting. It's interesting that when Jesus is telling the parables of the lost things, it always comes back to there's a celebration when there's redemption and something is found. We long for the delight and the smile of our fathers. Children long for our approval. They want to be noticed and they want to be known. last Sunday afternoon, I got to do the Papa thing, and when my youngest Lydia got out of the car and she had on her Princess Fairy wings and she saw Papa, 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 and she ran to me and jumped in my arms, and I had to smile even though wings are whacking me upside the head, right? It's that important. What are the things that you think God delights about us? We're not perfect. But do you think God delights when we come to Him? Do you think God delights when we say, okay, God, you're in charge, I don't have this figured out? Have we felt that approval? It was hard for the people in Jeremiah's day to think that God loved them, because they were so caught up in, here's the list of stuff that will get God to do what I want Him to do. And Jeremiah says, in the midst of all this chaos, God delights when we come to Him and know Him. Jeremiah was the weeping prophet, but wrapped in this sorrow, wrapped in this deep mourning, wrapped in Jeremiah saying, here is what God speaks, and here are so many people that are walking away, and they're blaming God, and they want to do their own thing, and when God speaks, they say, well, we want to hear what God says, but you're probably not really telling us the truth. In the midst of knowing through prophecy what God was going to do and what He was going to destroy and who was going into exile, and Jeremiah wanted to stay with his people even after the exile, but he was forced to go into Egypt with people who were running away, and he had already told them, no, stay right here and you will be blessed. And Jeremiah, we know you're a prophet of God, but we don't believe you, so you have to come with us. Can you imagine, wrapped in all of that sorrow, your whole life is full of unhappy promises. In the middle of this, God pushes back the blackout curtains of sorrow and grief. It says, here's the things we ought to celebrate. Jeremiah, do you know me? Can you celebrate that God is? Can you celebrate that God does? Can you celebrate the things God delights in? This is November, and 2.5 weeks or so, we're going to have Thanksgiving. And I hope we sit down, whoever we're with, I hope we sit down with family and friends and thank God for the food right before we go into a carb coma, right? I hope we are more aware of people that make our life better, and we say thank you more often. I hope that we are more aware of those who have less, and we are thankful to God, and we can reach out in generosity and love those who maybe have less and who are struggling. I hope all those things, but I hope when we thank God for the food, I hope we take some moments to thank God that He is the provider of everything that is good and holy and wholesome. I hope when we sit around the table, before things get crazy and before we really get annoyed with those people around the table, I hope if we know Jesus as our Savior, I hope that we will go back and celebrate the Father who delights in us. I hope as we say, God, here's the stuff you've done for me, and as our kids start looking forward to Christmas and giving us hints of stuff they want, or maybe blatantly say, this is what I want, and you can't go to the stores because they're grabbing stuff off the shelf. I hope in the middle of all that chaos, I hope we take some moments and celebrate the great gift giver who gives us every good and perfect gift, who promises to supply all of our need I hope when we look at the world and it's all dark and scary, and we say, well, here's what God's word says, but it sure doesn't look like it now. Maybe we'll catch a glimpse of Jeremiah here. The world is dark and chaotic, and it looks like everything's falling apart. But can we celebrate the God who is the promise keeper? And on those days when we're quiet with God, on those days when we walk with Him and we hear His still small voice, on those days when it seems like the whole world is upside down, but God has given us a bubble of peace that passes all understanding, I hope we can celebrate the God who delights in His children. I hope we can celebrate the God who desperately wants us to run to Him with our scars and our fairy princess wings and everything about us that we think is so important. But we're running to Him, and He smiles. He says, I love you. And in the midst of all the chaos, the world is okay, because I celebrate and delight in the Lord. Let me pray for you. Dear God, we have walked, all of us, through different things this week. Some of us have had great weeks, and some of us are really glad this week is over. Some of us feel like we've caught up on our sleep, and some of us, this time change thing has just messed us up. Some of us are looking forward to what this week brings, and some of us are looking on it with dread. Some of us in our soul right now know what it is to feel peace that passes all understanding, and some of us are worried and troubled. So God, in the midst of all this stuff, would you help us on purpose to start making habits this Thanksgiving season? And while we will thank you for the surface stuff, help us on purpose to take some time and understand that you are a good God, that you have brought us in, you have given us your name and your nature. You have blessed us beyond what we can ask or imagine. And so we celebrate who you are. We celebrate that you are, and that you always carry through with who you are, that we can know you. You invite us to know you personally. And you invite us to feel your delight. And we can celebrate who you are. We are so glad that you are God, and we don't have to be. We can simply be your children. And whether today we feel like we're all clean and spiffy, or whether we have bruises and smudges, we can run into your arms, and you hold us, and you love us, and you know us, and you'll take care of us. In your name, amen. Please stand with us as we sing our hymn. said these words, "Who is a God like you, who pardons sin and forgives the transgression of the remnant of his inheritance? You do not stay angry forever, but you delight to show mercy. You will again have compassion on us. You will tread our sins underfoot, and you will hurl our iniquities into the depths of the sea."